It's the Caleb MTGO Show.
Fortunately, we don't have to pass a wild Mikado and hope it doesn't come and hope it comes back to us. We need to start with Mox Pearl. We are going to be doing base NAYA. There are a couple of other cards that play well in 5-color Zoo, though. So we're also going to value Triomes. And look at 5-color Beats. At least 5 colors within the mana base, right? Even if we're still base NAYA. Man, Omnath is not a Zoo card, is it? Sam was dope in that last deck. Fury, Solitude, multiple Sagas. Let's get Heath in here, huh? That's a good Zoo land. Little Zoo land action land. Robber of the Rich. Can True Name Nemesis be a Zoo card? What does the Zoo Stip mean? Zoo is an archetype in Magic that usually relies on undercosted creatures with efficient removal and burn to close out the opponent. It's typically been NAYA colors. So Wild Mikado is its poster child. And Wild Mikado is in the cube. So we're going to try and do NAYA Beats. But sometimes there's stuff like 5-color Zoo. Like in Modern right now, there's a 5-color Zoo deck, and a couple of those staples are in here too. So we're gonna think about those. Think about those things. Just cheap critters, cheap chonky critters, beaten down. I'm gonna draft this gut card again. Why not? Why would I not draft this gut card again? The fucking either one at Wobbles. We're gonna see what's open. The Stip is for Zoo. I don't think it matters much if I which Zoo or what have you. Rallier could be okay. Plays well with that fetch land. Also puts us into that NAYA territory. I think Sentinel's a little bit better of a card. And it fits that like efficient beatdown plan, right? Wouldn't he have that Binding Wield? Oh, Elspeth could be a Zoo card. Jump those bodies, get that damage in. You love Sentinel? Yeah, I like this card a lot too. Does a lot of work. Ooh, there's some options here. I like Horizon Canopy a lot. I also like Shieldbreaker and the Legionnaire. I kind of want to take like the undercosted body if I'm going to take one of these critters as opposed to the value card. That feels more Zoo to me. Right now I'm leaning Canopy though. I think we'll end up with enough fixing. Oh, nah. Don't really love any of these cards for Zoo, but Pyrokinesis is the most Zoo-y. Over under 1.5 zoos that I've been to in Wisconsin. I don't think I've been to any zoos in Wisconsin. I've been to a lot of zoos, but they've all been traveling. Oh, I could get another Horizon land. Interesting thing about Liberator would fit. Wisconsin specifically is we do not have laws on what kind of animals you can have. So it's one of those states where you can just like have a tiger or something. One of the cafeteria workers at the college I went to just had an ostrich. I think I'm gonna take the Manadork over a Braid. Just make sure I get some early plays. He was always trying to convince me to buy his ostrich eggs. It got irritating. That guy. They're better than normal eggs, I promise. Just try one, Caleb. You'll have the best omelet you've ever had. Just try the egg. All right, I'll try the egg. Jeez. Oh, I'm not going to tell that one on stream, JRC. What are you doing? Yeah, we're looking more NAYA Zoo than we are Leyline Binding. How much was he charging? Not that much. Considering the eggs were giant. But I also don't want to, like, purchase eggs at the college and then transport them. And I'm going to grab 4th here, huh? Zoo can have a little fireball as a treat. I think Zoo has played Swords before. Bye, Ancestral. Hi, Ancestral. Bye, Ancestral. Yeah, Ancestral is a top 10 card. Swords is a top 20 card. I don't mind taking the one that's on color here. On color, on stip. Well, Pride Mage is a very Zoo card. They pair that one with Nikotl all the time. Attack for 4 on turn 2. I'm going to take the Stomping Ground. I think the Stomping Ground's a little bit more important, but that's what I'm hoping wheels. Kind of an iconic Zoo card. Yeah, another 2-mana 3/1 could be okay. I kind of like that Oliphant pitches to Pyrokinesis. Flames. Oh, is there a Tribal Flames? It was a Territorial Kavu. Let's jam that. And we'll go back to reconsidering Tri-lands, huh? Yeah, 2-mana 3/3 is still decent, right? And still like on rate with Porcelain. What type of animal is a Kavu? It's like a lizard. There's sort of like, you know how Dragonborn are a character class in D&D? They're just like whatever species with some dragon in their ancestry. I feel like Kavu are just that, but they're just like a lot closer. They're like dragons that have a little human in their ancestry somewhere back there. Don't actually love that Triome. Sorry, NAYA fixing was already pretty good. Lizard Dogs? Yeah, Lizard Dog makes sense. How many viable lanes or good distinct decks are there in a given Vintage Cube seat? That's hard to really know King Esquire. Based on, well, Prismatic Omen just turns on the Kavu, huh? I think I like Flooded Strand over this Triome. Glorybringer is a little mid-rangey for a Zoo deck. What was I talking about? Oh, how many open lanes or decks are there in a given Vintage Cube seat? So I think there's a lot. I think it's like very hard to tell. Outside of pack 1 though. Because your decisions in pack 1 are like informing the people around you and like settling you into a deck, into a lane. So then things are going to feel more narrow in packs 2 and 3. And a little Burn Spell in here. Lavamancer's great. Great Zoo pickup. There's the Pride Mage. Oh, there's the Tribal Flames. People are saying Tribal Flames is even more Zoo. I don't even know if Tribal Flames is more Zoo. I mean, I didn't really play when Tribal Flames was in Standard. I know it's seeing play in Modern right now. But, like, I think of Pride Mage as, like, an iconically Zoo card. Like, Wild Nikotl into Pride Mage is how I think of Pride Mage. I'll go with the Tribal Flames, though. Like, we got a few Triomes. It's probably alright. Get a little burn in here. I'm going to grab Sylvan, and I might sideboard the Sylvan. Zoo is undercosted beaters. Hate Bears, yeah, green-white. Don't love this pack. Chrome Mox is not a very Zoo card. As much as I love Chrome Mox. I think it's like Arc Trail or maybe Steam Vents here. Adeline could be okay, It's like Zoo adjacent. You think of Adeline as like a white weenie card, right? I'm gonna grab... Oh man, what am I gonna grab? I was gonna say Hellrider and then try and wheel the Brawler. There's a Pestifestation here too. Yeah, I'll just take the more distinctly Zoo card. I guess we're taking the Tarmogoyf. I don't love it in the cube, don't love it in this deck. But it is the card that fits the best. Maybe Swift Spear is not crazy. I don't want too many lands that just like aren't land types, like Gorge. We could maybe fit like one more in. We have the Sunbaked Canyon and the Mox Pearl right now. That put me up to 3. Maybe Scrubland's good. We don't have any black lands right now. Yeah, just give me a Scrubland. Looking at FTK over Parallax Wave. Look at Sacred Foundry. I think we need to afford to take one more land here. We don't have a plateau. Alright, we need like a few more cards. Should I play this Weatherseed Treaty? That's like a weird pump spell. It doesn't feel very zoo-ish, but it does have the domain pump. +5/+5 and trample. +5/+5 and trample could be good on like the Kavu or the Tarmogoyf. I'll think about it. I'll leave it over there with the Sylvan Library. Wow, hate this. Where's the Wild Nikotl, right? I guess it's Revoker for the sideboard. I like the Taiga just for like even better mana, but I'm gonna grab the Oddity here. Oddity is like on the edge of being too chonky. Maybe I'm supposed to grab the Taiga. We just need a few more playables, you know? 1 to 3 more playables. Hey, there we go. There we fucking go. Now it's a zoo deck. Yark Trail's fine. Hellrider Wheel. Yeah, Hellrider feels more zoo to me than the than something that's a little chonkier. Probably gonna board that Sylvan Librarian a lot. Oddity's basically Giant Solifuge. Not really Sem Spiral. Giant Solifuge would like kill people just because it's untargetable. What is this like? How are these the last 4 cards? The 4/4 is like a mana ramp card too, right? Like 7 mana flip it. I guess Zoo's played some activated abilities before. I might start the Pyrokinesis in the sideboard. Because we got cards like Arc Trail and stuff in here. Hey, Arc Condition thinks the Sobbings of 14 months. Yeah, right, Ugly Paintings. Elvish Mystic. Elvish Mystic isn't like typically a zoo card, but it does attack. It does attack, and I like having enough 1s, right? It doesn't feel like zoo to me if you only have like a couple 1-drops in here. Goyf? Goyf's pretty zoo. It is at odds with the Lavamancer. I'm not cutting any of my 1-drops. We don't need to compare them. They're all beautiful. What about Rallier? No, let's try Rallier out. This is a lot of 3s. I guess Porcelain's a 2. I don't hate cutting Chandra. Maybe Chandra's the last cut. Oh, people like the Planeswalkers with Heart of Kirin. That interaction always felt a little bit more mid-rangey to me. But it is on the aggro side of mid-range, right? Nice with the fetches. We only have the 1 fetch. Embarrassing. Oh, no, there's 2. Oh, Elspeth fits the deck really well. Fits the stip really well. I think it'd be hard to do a zoo stip and then cut Elspeth. Maybe this makes sense. Maybe this is better. I just don't want to be, you know, have that, like, that value grind thing you get with walkers sometimes. The stip was not domain zoo, it was just zoo. But we do have some domain stuff in here. Yeah, I mean, Adelaide's a good card here. I was on the fence because of, because I associate it with White Weenie. But maybe that's not fair to Adeline. Watch Wolf? Yeah. All right. 8 green sources. 10 red sources. And 10 white. Feels like I should be able to add 1 more green in there. Let's go down to 9 white. Like so. Plenty of fetchables for both my fetches, right? Yeah, especially with the tri-lands in there. Sweet. I've had a lot of luck with NAYA aggro. This is my first time trying to draft Zoo specifically. Usually my aggro decks end up a little bit more rampy, a little bit more mid-rangey. I've really enjoyed like Athari in my NAYA aggro decks, and usually my curve supports getting into a 5-drop. And like cards like Fury, Solitude, Palace Jailer, Minsc and Boo. Those are all cards that are like not especially Zoo-esque. Unfortunately, I wasn't tempted by many of them. Hot Cross. You get the fuck out of here with that hippie bullshit. A lot of nerve. A lot of nerve coming into my stream with that. Yeah, I was supposed to Kabu there. Obviously, I'm not off the scrubland, but... You thought you got banned? Oh, no. Terrifying. We encrypted. We are not. We're getting subtlety. I'll top that. I'll top a Kavu. Wood. That spot doesn't seem so bad for the HelloFresh. Definitely encroaching on the board. But better than covering up my hand. Oh, this is terrible. Now they get my Kavu. It's fucked up. Yeah, and they got my Triumph to make it a fucking 4-4. This is gonna be a 2-2 otherwise. Alright, well... Yeah, I really wish we had another red source here, huh? I'm extremely tempted to just, like, Elspeth, jump my Ferocidon, hit them for 6 down to 8. What up? Hey, Halfling Wizard, thanks for 42 months. Can I make it transparent? HelloFresh? I think so. I don't know. It needs to be, like, really clear. I don't hate that idea. I could try it. Yeah. I'll mess with it some other time. Islands? Yeah, there's, like, one island in the deck. And a couple fetches that can find it. Boo. That's so good at fighting my Elspeth, too. I think I still play the Elspeth. What with the being super dead? Make it bounce around like a screensaver. Interesting idea. HelloFresh ad instead of my face. We could do that. We could do that. Well, I feel sad. I'm all tucked away. I'm all hidden. I'll just leave it there for now. It can't stay there. But it can be there for now. Just thinking about Pyrokinesis versus that Ninja Hum. Cover up the stinky chat with it. That's an idea. No, that's an idea. Why can't you look at HelloFresh without signing up for it? You can. So if you want to see like the sorts of meals they have available, I mean, you just gotta scroll down, right? They have like the different meal types and stuff. And there's an FAQ here. If you go all the way down to the bottom, you can look at like all of the recipes. There's a lot. There's a lot to look at. Yep. But yeah, the link assumes you're already interested. Roro recommends epic mac and cheese for one of the meals. Sweet. Thanks for the rec. They're just off it. Now that was a zoo start, huh? Lot of fast pressure. Not much time to deal. Hey, Days, thanks for the 23 months there. Cannot Win says, can confirm HelloFresh was fun to prepare with my ex-wife when we did it. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, Heart of Kirin is a different sort of pressure than what we had last game. But it is still pressure. Flashing in some orcs. I think I still want a heart here over the Kavu. It is nice that Kavu can block. Wow, maybe we don't attack Kaido, huh? Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Ray thinks that 48 months. Yeah, weird to let them untap with Bob. It's also weird to answer the Bob. I'm just gonna pass. Price check on prune juice, Bob. Price check on prune juice. We need what do we need? We need to not be so far behind here. Zoo's not good at being the control deck, sure. My intent was not to be the control deck, of course. Turn 2 threaten to turn 3 threaten. But the opponent having a Mox on the play wasn't great for me. Fern Gully, yeah, I rewatched it kind of recently. Some good moments. The cast is like half banger, half whatever. The songs are like half banger, half whatever. And then the animation for the final fight at the end, I think, is sweet. But yeah, definitely a kid's film. I also rewatched Coco recently. That one I have a lot of affection for. That is one I've seen 180 a lot of seriously bad moods, bad times. Pyrokinesis would be dope here. We're low enough that I wonder if I can even like Kavu serve, right? Despite the opponent having Bob going. Oh my god. Out-tempoed somehow. These cards all work so well together. We don't have a 1-drop or a 2-drop here. It's like a much worse version of our first hand. Sometimes Gut does just win games. If this was like old modern, I would still be mulling, I'd be mulling to 5 on the play. looking for curve, but we do have some powerful cards. Can make up for stuff. This again. This is so much worse than my last draw. Oh, I like Flash a little bit better, Jaking Nightmare, but it's close. That's like a preference thing. Mostly prefer Flash because it's much cheaper. Usually I draft Through the Breach as like a backup for an actual like good plan. Getting gut rolling is tempting, but so it's just like playing a True Name Nemesis. Can they beat their own True Name? Robert exiles Flash. They pitch a fucking Atraxa to the Force of Will. Bob revealed Necromancy. The Robber doesn't trigger if I don't play my burn spell pre-combat. Oh man, that'd be a sweet hymn to track. Oh well. Hey, the Enviro links the sod links of 44 months. Pretty low over there. Collective Brutality is so good here. It's just a win, right? I have not been to Vegas in years. Opponent. You're killing me, opponent. Yeah, I believe in them too. They can do it. Yay. Well, at least we got some nice attacks in. This is another Pyrokinesis matchup. Yeah, I don't know. I think I prefer my burn that can go face. Even blue-black is curving out better than us. I mean, this isn't like old modern. Like, our opponents are playing like Moxon and Dazing and Force of Willing and stuff. And Collective Brutality is always a hell of a card against red aggro, right? Yeah, maybe I'll play Pyrokinesis over Chandra. I do like that Chandra can damage. Let's cut Rallier, actually. Well, we got a 1-drop at least. Don't love this curve. Kind of piddly, right? Needs a 2-drop for sure. Hellrider's just slow here. Hellrider's the card that, in this deck, you want to top deck Hellrider. You want it to be like your turn infinite play. Like, oh, sweet, the win. Don't really want to stare at it in your opener. I don't really want to mulligan a hand that has a 1-drop. Looking for a hand that has a 1 and a 2, though. We just don't have that critical mass of 1s. Hey, there we go. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop. What's this strand getting? If it needs to get another red, it can't get Stomping Ground. It can get Sacred Foundry. Cool. Yeah, well, World Spine Worm, not in the cube. One of the better flash cards. There are some good ones, though. There's like a weird dragon that copies lands. And there's the 9 drop. I also see him as kind of like a package, though, the Worm and the Flash. Why'd you take the Flash? Cards like Atraxa. Archon. Triplets, yeah. Triplets is like, it's good, but it's like not as good as World Spine Worm, right? I'd have like rather have 3 5/5 Tramplers than 2 6/6s. Cool. That was a nice Niagara curve, huh? That was some zoo-ish stuff. Zoo-esque, yeah. Emrakul and Ulamog are enough on their own, JBV. Those are some good ones. Yeah, usually having enough cards to channel into isn't the biggest concern, because stuff like Green Sun Zenith and Finale and or like the 1-mana 2/1 snake that grows. Hex, whatever. Usually end up with a bunch of that stuff. And then having like a couple premium cards to channel into, like Hex, like Emrakul and another thing, are like perfect. End up with a real consistent channel overall. But yeah, the ideal deck has like a few other ways of cheating things into. It's not just all channel. Or if it is all channel, it's got a bunch of ways of tutoring for the channel. But even if you don't have the ideal deck, you know, you can still play the card. You can still cheese people. It'll still be good. Not if you're mulliganing for channel Ophalof. But yeah, it can. Guess I play Ferocity here. I feel better about this Kavu if it didn't die to a -2/-2 right now, right? Maybe I could draw some other land next turn. Not that I really want to draw land. I've already got a lot of them, but... Oh, were you talking about that breach, you're Jaking Nightmare? I thought you were talking about Through the Breach. Not that it matters much. Now we got some pressure, huh? If I could stream every day, I would, but historically that hasn't gone well for me. Historically, I end up needing some rest in there somewhere. End of January, yeah. Right at the end of Vintage Cube season. We're going to the UK. We're going to see Stonehenge and then the British Museum. We're going to spend like 4 or 5 days in London, and then we're going to spend a couple days in Scotland. Should be a good time. Was it timed around Cube? It was Big T money. There's a little bit of a coincidence there. Like we were talking about seeing Stonehenge. My girlfriend had wanted to see it like her whole life. And I was like, oh, well, we should look into when those is a good time for that. And then it turned out the literal cheapest time to go is end of January. Because that's winter in the UK too. I guess Chandra could have upticked here. Upticked for mana. Anyway, so it's going to be like in the 40s and rainy there. But it's going to be in like below 20s and freezing here. And I have heard that there's not really a good weather season for visiting Stonehenge. Like the weather's like kind of crappy all year round. So we thought it made sense to go when it was cheapest. Round trip plane tickets for 700 each. Not bad, not bad. Like Seattle? Yeah, I've heard it compared to Seattle. What is Zoo? Zoo is a bunch of underpriced threats. Usually Naya, but also sometimes like Domain Zoo would be 5 color. Wild Nicodle is like the Zoo poster child, Jesse McDonald. You're trying to get in some cheap beats and finish off your opponent with burn, usually. If you've ever heard of like the famous Lightning Helix incident that happened on the Pro Tour, that was between a Zoo deck and another deck. The burn spell off the top. Kind of hate this spot. Oh, I need green mana. Oh, I guess they're both green mana. Hey, the Wet Noodle Lord thinks the sub. Thanks for sharing the prime there. I think I just got to kill this Inti. It's rough. It's rough to lose the Chandra. We can't just like let this keep growing. You could save the Swift Spirited Chump for it. I don't think that's worth. Hopefully the Grim Wobblemancer gets to kill the Skyclave and give me a 3/3. Oh, fun, Big T money. You did a trip in Italy in early February for similar reasons. Had a great time. Love to hear it. God, am I just getting aggroed out again? Just out aggroed a third match in the row somehow. Heck of a card, that Soul Ring. No way I drink tea in the UK. I'm going to be drinking so much tea. I'm going to stuff myself with tea. I actually ordered special train tickets because they served you complimentary tea on one of them. And I was like, I want those train tickets. When we're looking at, it's like a 4-hour hyperrail from London to Scotland. And I was looking over the various tickets and stuff. I was like, I'm going to drink so much fucking tea. So much goddamn tea. Feel odd cutting Hellrider on the play. Cut Rallier again. Yeah, maybe Hellrider stays in. I don't know what I would cut, though. Yeah, I want all this other shit. Love that Bastion. Yeah, we looked at the Solstice times, but those are also the more high-end demand times, obviously. For good reason. Am I doing the fancy hotel tea? I'm pretty sure I'm doing the fancy hotel tea, Shamstron. I think we're gonna splurge. I think we're doing the $70 tea. We got a $50 voucher for staying at the hotel to put towards food. I think that's gonna qualify towards tea. And then there's a 25% off on top of that. Basically be losing money not to do the afternoon tea. The fancy afternoon tea. When will I ever have the chance When will I be in England and have the opportunity to spend $70 on tea ever again? Possibly never. Am I going to stream high tea? I don't think so. I'll take some photos. The place the high tea is served is ridiculous. It like doesn't fit the rest of the hotel at all. Crumpets? Oh yeah. All kinds of crumpets. Crumpets and cakes and stuff. There was a package that also had unlimited champagne, which didn't sound like tea to me. But their afternoon tea package had like a 190-pound buy-in where you would drink as much of a specific type of champagne as you wanted. And I was like, the Brits really do tea differently than we do here in the States. This is like not what I would expect for an afternoon tea. I think I would die if I tried to drink $190 worth of champagne. I guess depending on the bottle, that could be like a bottle, right? Man, the Mold to Oblivion. Our draws are just not working out. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes the draws just don't work out. I mean, this hand could, I mean, just you draw the right lands. You could have a nice curve here. I'm going to keep this bin robber, even though robber's good on a mole. And then, like, bin FTK. God, I'm on the play, too. Maybe I should have kept robber. And I'm just going to fetch out the garden. Make sure my mana's good here. Is robber the only way out of this? We're not trying to card advantage them. We're trying to curve and kill them. Awkward. Yeah, exactly, Ultram. I really want to play this gut. But it is giving them a Chandra ability instead of bursting it this turn. New Forest and Queen's Garden. Are those in London? I think most of our time in London is going to be spent going to the British Museum and other nearby museums and stuff. It's all going to be like walkable from where we're staying. Go check out all the awesome artifacts they stole from other countries. Just for me to look at. Just for me. Wasn't that kind of England? Hey, Bastion's got some actual advice here. Not that other people had fake advice. Hey, this Goyf's starting to look big. Awesome, Bastion. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh my god, and that Shadow Spear gets the figure around this Flame Slash. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. We're gonna have to play like a Flame Slash to kill nothing next turn to make the Tarmogoyf a 5/6 so I can block this figure. Infuriating. Let's see what the robber gets me. Great. Edinburgh is better. Yeah, we're only spending like a day and a half in London or in Scotland, and we are unfortunately only gonna be spending that half day in Edinburgh. I'm excited about it though. We got some tour that's that takes you from Edinburgh and you like go up and actually see the Scottish Highlands and stuff. Are we getting Embercleaved? Wandering Emperor. Well, that's very good too. Oh, cool, his little design. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I think I'm fine packing here. I think this is a fine spot. We could technically get out of this, you know, get rip like swords for the figure and deal with the Emperor somehow. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay packing despite my value 2/2 here. Dang. Yeah, tough beats. Tough draws, tough matchups. I guess the first two matchups weren't like what we weren't looking for or anything, but the draws didn't line up super well. The pitch split 4 damage card should have been main deck, Tom. We ended up playing 3 creature decks in a row. Would have been nice. But yeah, the deck felt pretty zoo-ish. I feel like we nailed the step, even if we didn't trophy. And we had some good runs earlier in the day, right? We top 8'd that 64 person. And then I think we got some 2-1s or something on